I think we're live again now. Fresh start.
Did you mute it?
Hang on. It's muted.
Okay. All right, so you're live. Let me go back to your page. Let me see what I can see. Let me refresh. No.
You don't see it? Oh, yeah. Let me see. But it's streaming.
Let me try it again. There's live.
Let me see. Because here in private. Oh, privacy. Private. Oh, okay. Because when I did the private earlier, this became private also. So I have to change this to public.
The setting, yeah, okay.
I think it's good. I think it's working now. Yeah, it's working.
Okay, it's on.
Yeah.
Are you muted?
It's muted.
Okay. It's not muted.
It's not.
No.
Maybe. Well, you know, my two YouTubes are muted. Maybe,
It's coming through.
maybe from maybe. Well, you know, my two YouTubes are muted. I have to close the others. That might be my notification.
Okay, let's get started.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you're not muted. Okay.
magazine.
My dream was always to be on The Price is Right, and I wanted to stand there before the mic and yell, $1. My dream was actually one man's reality. Meet Ernesto Perez Jr. Perez has traveled the world, including 48 of the 50 states in the U.S., and he has also appeared on several game shows. The Price is Right was only one.
They called me last, and they only gave me one chance to bid. And then when I got called, Ernesto Perez Jr., come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. And then I had to get to hear my name. They showed this board. A person on stage raises this up so that the contestant will be aware that he's the one gets called. So that's why they show this board to make the person know that it's you. Because we don't really hear George Ray speaking your name. We can only rely on what we're seeing on the board. And I was the 9th person to get called. And then when I got there on the one bid row, 4 of us were competing. And then I bid $1,600 for a Zoo Mod Cave coffee table. And then all of the other 3 people that were with me, they thought I was too hot.
And welcome to another edition of Delta Sip, where we sip slow. where we sip slow and we talk what we know. And please subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you would like to donate, the information will be floating right about now on your screen. Tonight, we have our special guest with us, Mr. Ernesto Perez Jr. He is no stranger to the Mic magazine, of course, no stranger. We had him on, and as you can see, he was just explaining about his experience on The Price is Right, which is just one of many of the game shows that he has been on. Ernesto has traveled the world, man, and he has traveled just about all of the, how do you say it, the continental U.S.?
The lower 48 states.
You can unmute. And yes. So Ernesto, for those who don't know you, some may know you as a physical therapist in the Mississippi area, but others may know you from your YouTube channel, Ernesto Explores. So tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, just a little bit about me. My name is Ernesto Perez Jr., and I'm from the Philippines. And even though I was in the Philippines about 16 years ago, I was called and given a sign by Jesus that I was going to come here to Mississippi. And because I was asked to discuss about the teddy bear and its origin and history. So that's what I discussed to our church in the Philippines. And later, I'm here. So I've been living here in Mississippi for about 15 years now, serving the community through my skills in physical therapy. And of course, on the side, I have my YouTube channel, which is about almost 15 years old as well. And I want to give back to the online community as to how I unbox America and many other things that I want people to see across the globe.
Absolutely. And if you are out there and you're watching with us, feel free to leave your comments, and we will flash those comments across the screen so others can see and you can interact with us in real time. Ernesto, you said that you've been here 15 years. Is that correct?
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Well,
and you're a citizen now. You're a US citizen.
yeah.
And talk a little bit about your journey.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it all started when I was in the Philippines, and I thought it was an impossibility. I thought it was an impossible dream. Well, I was not really crazy about trying to achieve something. I just was going with the flow through, Jesus. And then during that time, it was like 16 years ago in the Philippines, I graduated Bachelor of Science in Physical Therapy in University of Perpetual Help Rizal in Las Piñas City, Philippines. So after that, then being a physical therapist in the Philippines, there's really, it's not really enough to make a living. So I said, I sought another job and I found a good job, which was medical representative, and I did that for 3 years. Why 3 years? Because on my third year, the company closed and I was given a quit claim. And I was just working for a marketing arm to serve Pfizer and GlaxoSmithKline pharmaceutical companies. So with that company closing, it gave me an opportunity of what to do next. Good thing was, in the year 2003, during that time, I found Jesus. I became a born-again Christian, so my life, the driver of my life became Him, not me. So I gave Him all my trust and all my faith and everything. So He's the one who gave me everything, because I sought first His kingdom and everything will be just added unto me. So during that time, I reviewed for the Philippine licensure examination for physical therapy, and I passed that. And once I passed it, then it opened more doors to me. Then I found a job here in Mississippi as a physical therapist in Grenada. And then I flew all the way here. And then, of course, I started with my relatives first in New Jersey, and to get accustomed with the culture of the country. And I was able to get there my first driver's license, and of course my social security card. Then, cut the story short.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, of course, but driving-wise, I already knew how to drive since I was 14. So it's not really a hard thing for me to drive in America. And then now, practicing physical therapy through the years, in 15 years, I started to receive some more. I started to receive some more invitation from the USCIS or the immigration to, hey, come over here in Jackson, Mississippi. We need your fingerprints. We need to take your photos. So I was just going with the flow, and that happened in 2007. And then after that, I was just working and working, and then after a few more years, in 2014, I received a letter that, hey, congratulations, here's your green card application, but that's just an application. So I had to pass again for the second time around my test of English as a foreign language. And of course, in the beginning too, I had to pass my licensure examination as a physical therapist in the United States. So while working under temporary license in 2005, I was always kind of stressed because, after work, I had to walk back to my apartment because I had no car yet. I had no credit in this country, so I had to walk back and forth from work to my apartment to work, and then rain or shine, with an umbrella, of course. So I had nothing. So, and after a few months, I was able to purchase my own car with the help of my aunt in New Jersey. She co-signed. And aside from that, so I was reviewing all night and working all day, and that happened over and over again for a few months until I passed my United States licensure examination, giving me more opportunities to what to do next. Of course, I became much busier too. I was given more work by my employer. And then in 2014, so I achieved my green card. And then, cut the story short again, in 2019, I was eligible to become a US citizen. However, the COVID came, so it delayed it for about 2 more years. So in the year 2021, I had no choice but just to go for it, because if I kept procrastinating, then it would not happen. So from being a Filipino to becoming a US citizen in the year 2021, and I swore my oath in Memphis, Tennessee, USCIS. No relatives were allowed to be there. However, they gave me this envelope, and of course, together with this, all these things, and of course, my parents were not with me during the ceremony. They're in the Philippines, so I have blown up a picture of them, and I had this picture taken with me everywhere in that small room of oath-taking ceremony. They gave me also this Declaration of Independence booklet, and aside from that, earning a US citizenship also requires a lot of studying. So I studied a lot of these questions There are like 100 questions about the
Uh-huh.
civics and constitution of this
Oh
country, the
wow,
United States.
Ernesto, hold up. That sounds like a lot of studying. 100 questions. You said it like, oh, it's nothing. No, that is a lot. Let me ask you: is it fill in the blank? Is it multiple choice?
Wait.
What was it like?
Yeah, it was an oral test, and it's not multiple choice, and sometimes there's even one question that they ask me, what did the country fight? What did the country fight? Blah blah blah. But the answers were three countries, so it's all or none too. So Germany, Japan, and Italy for that question. So I
Oh
mean,
wow.
there were easy questions, there were
Uh-huh.
hard questions. However, they're only going to ask 10 questions. As long as you get 6 correctly, then you're good. And I mean, modesty aside, thank God that I got it all perfect. I was able to get 6 questions correctly, perfectly. So I made no
Okay, and
mistakes. Mm. And
so
yeah. So and it's
you had to make sure that you engulfed yourself in U.S. history so
Right.
that you could actually say, hey, I know my history, because now it is indeed your history as well. Is that correct?
Right, and you know what? It takes a lot of repetitions. Studying all these civics and constitution just once, when I ask myself again of those questions, I can't remember the answers. So it takes a lot of repetition and repetition so that it
Yes.
goes to my heart. And hey, I lived 43 years of my life as a Filipino, and I'm challenging myself to live at least 43 years of my life as an American. That totals to 86
Absolutely.
years. I hope I live 86 or more here in
Yes,
this country.
absolutely. Man, so it, I didn't know how um, the dynamics of becoming a citizen, being that I was born in
Hey,
America.
you know what?
You know,
Right, and you know what? Maybe many other people that are natural, like they're really U.S. citizens since birth, they might be taking it for granted. But for me, I'm not talking about everyone. There might be one or two out there, but for me, I earn it, and it's something like, hey, I should never take it for granted. It's really a great privilege. And
yes,
when I arrived there in the
yes.
USCIS, they said, "Welcome to the finish line." I like those words when they said that to us, opening the door for us. 16 of us sworn our oath,
Oh wow,
and since and this was in the
oh wow.
in the newspaper, since this was us.
Yes, hold it up so everyone can see.
Yeah, this was us.
Oh
Yeah, and
yes,
this was me. Hmm.
proud to be an American.
And a lot of locals here sending me some letters, and one of this is this. See, if I open it, there's, see here, it says Ernesto, an extra copy of your article. We're
An
proud of
extra
you,
copy.
from Wade, someone that
Oh,
one of my
wow.
replacement. So they're sending me copies of the newspaper too, and I just opened it
And
freshly.
and
from
this
here.
is a big deal.
Right, this is really a big deal because you know when I was in the Philippines, I was kind of nervous, what would happen to me in that country, because some people were even sent back to the Philippines if you're not able to fulfill all the requirements they're asking for.
No.
Yes,
Oh
many
wow.
Filipinos had to come back to the Philippines because it's all, or you have to get everything they want you to get, and also, during the swearing of the oath, I was glad that I was kind of a little bit gutsy because we were told in the beginning that, hey, you know what, no photography, no videos. But then, you know what, I said, it won't hurt to ask at the last minute, and I said, hey, can I hold
Yeah.
this GoPro? Just right, and I was the only one who had a picture
Yeah.
and had a video of of the oath of allegiance, because he allowed me. He
Oh
allowed
wow.
me. So I'm glad that I was able to bring my GoPro, capture the moment. Yeah. And of course, another thing, during the
Yes.
process,
That was a big deal.
yeah, you could not fool
Yeah.
them. They know everything about you. They know how to investigate you. So So I never lied with all my answers.
Mm-hmm.
I answered all with full heart honesty. All the questions they asked me,
Be
because
truthful.
I know that they
Mm-hmm.
have all my records behind all this. So they're just probably testing my honesty, and and I was
Mm-hmm.
able to tell them all the truth and nothing but the truth. And then I passed,
Yes.
because not
Yes.
everybody is granted US citizenship. They read us out so that they're sure that
Mm-hmm.
none of us will harm this country. And I
Mm-hmm.
sworn them to them. I sworn my on my oath too that I'm willing to bear arms, if
Mm-hmm.
willing to risk my life in a war if I have to.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Listen, that is you said they know everything about you. They're just
Yes,
waiting for you to be honest. And I believe that's what they call moral turpitude. There's a clause there, you know. And it's awesome that you're a man of integrity and you're a child of God. I hear you talk about Jesus, how he led you on this journey. You are no longer your own, but you've been bought with a price. And that's awesome.
but hey,
That's awesome
I'm
to
not
hear.
perfect
And
now. I made
absolutely,
mistakes in
none
my
of us
life.
are.
Yes, I made
None
mistakes
of
in my
us are.
life, making me a better person for today and tomorrow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I see here you have Jovi. She said, do the five. What is do the five?
I'm looking on this. Yeah. Well, yeah. There's this Teresa Escuchero. Yeah, and Kenzie Bay official. Jovi's hairstyle. Yeah. Yeah.
She said, do the five. I don't know what that is.
Five.
And then you have a friend here, Brian Stock.
Oh,
He says, hi, Ernesto, my partner in crime.
hey, Brian Stock was the reason why I made it on Price is Right. He trained me how to become a good interview, how to do good in the interviews. He won the
Wow.
Price is Right, the whole
Mm-hmm.
showcase.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
That's
he
awesome.
won the Big Brother edition of the Price is Right before I even got picked
Mm-hmm.
also. So and when he won, I was with him on stage. So we were there celebrating,
Mm-hmm.
and he
Oh,
won the Big Brother edition of the Price is Right, the whole thing. So, and that's just
that is
really
amazing.
crazy, and
So
I'm
you
glad
had a
that he's there.
mentor.
He was my mentor. Brian Stock
You
was my
had a
mentor
mentor.
on Price is Right.
Now, let's back up a little bit and talk about your aunt in Jersey.
Yeah.
Did at any time she said, "Listen, don't give up. You're gonna be successful. It may not seem like it right now, but you're gonna be okay." At any point, you felt like giving up.
Oh yeah, but just to cut that story short, there's this.
He's going to get something, everybody. He's going to get something.
Because so crazy that you said that, and she gave this to me, my aunt, there, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, that's something.
Don't ever give
And
up.
this is a picture of a bird.
I don't know what that is, but
Yeah.
it's having a hard time to eat that thing. Don't ever give up.
Yes, you have to eat it one bite
Hey,
at a time.
I guess it applies to both of them. Don't
That's-
give up
that's
on trying to
amazing.
eat it, and the one inside the mouth, don't give up until you escape. Yeah.
Hey, man, that's something. And so
And of course, my purpose for this live
to
also.
know that you
Yeah.
have,
Yeah, my purpose for this live also, for whoever who will get to watch this in the future, is to feel inspired that, hey, you know what, as long as first you have God and you seek His kingdom first, and that's what matters most in our lives anyway, everything shall be added unto you. No matter how you think it is so impossible, it will happen
Absolutely.
at the right time.
absolutely,
Yes.
man. And to hear you say you were walking and rain,
Getting lost.
sun.
Yes. Hey, during that
Oh,
time,
man.
when I first got my car, during that time,
Yeah.
there were no GPS. I had to use the real map.
Can you imagine being lost, man?
Oh yeah, I got lost many times driving and driving to Memphis. That my patient was the facility was way south because the map
Oh
and I was
wow.
new. Yeah,
Oh no. I'm glad we have GPS now.
right. And then the GPS
Hey,
started 2 years.
I'm from America and get lost, okay?
Right. And I still have the same car,
Yeah.
15-year-old car, still there in my garage.
No way.
But I'm about to change it though, maybe in 5 years or less. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So that thing has really worked for you.
Right. Yeah.
Did you give your car name?
Grenada is the name right now because I purchased it from Grenada. And you know what? In the Philippines, when I was living in the Philippines, owning a car, a brand new car, is such a big deal. Here, it's normal
Oh,
thing.
wow.
But in America,
Oh, yeah.
if you have a car,
Wow.
you're privileged because the majority of
Yeah.
Filipinos in the Philippines, they commute, ride the bus, ride the train. They don't have a car. So here in
What's your-
America, it's a lot of blessings going on in here.
Listen, what's your favorite American food?
Well, you know, the first I might not have a favorite one, but the first one that came to my mind,
Uh-huh.
gumbo in New Orleans.
Gumbo?
Yeah.
No way. So, have
And
you
hot
ever tried
tamales.
to make it
Hot
yourself?
tamales in our own city of Greenville. Who doesn't like hot tamales?
I know, right?
Right.
Man, my husband actually got me into the hot tamales because I didn't like them. I was like, no, I don't want hot tamales. But now, I'll have some hot tamales. I even go to the hot tamale festival.
I haven't been to that either. I haven't been to
Yeah,
any
well,
festivals here.
Since COVID.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, since COVID, things have been at a standstill, but I think they're going to open it back up. And so you said gumbo and hot tamales. Now, so what's your favorite
And
thing?
by the way, before I
to
forget,
do?
to do. I think that question is perfect for the thing that I was about to say. Hey, I think me becoming a U.S. citizen is very memorable because
Uh-huh.
I became a U.S. citizen when I already have seen the lower 48 states. So it means much more to me
Oh, wow.
because that's what I was studying.
Yes.
That's what I was studying during my review about about the country, about the 50 stars, 13 stripes. So I've seen the whole country, so that's why it's really a lot memorable to me. And also, of course, during that every time that I
Yes.
visit a state, of course, when you visit a museum, you learn a lot too. So that's why it's really crazy that
Right.
it happened to me right now, and plus it happened right before the July the 4th Independence weekend. So it's just double celebration when I celebrated the 4th of July
That's right.
and also
That's
me
right.
becoming a U.S. citizen.
That's right.
And in fact, that led me on purchasing a fireworks. Again, first time to light up a fireworks in my life. Yes, for all of these.
Oh wow. Let's take a picture. Let's take a look at this picture. What are we looking at right now, Ernesto?
Yeah, right there. You will see there that I'm holding.
Yeah.
there the certificate. Yeah, the certificate of my citizenship. Because inside that envelope, you will see here. Congratulations. Yeah, you will see there a certificate of naturalization with my picture on it, taken about in 2007 when I first had my
Okay.
green card. And the picture there on
Wow.
my naturalization certificate is the same as the picture in my green card also. There's also there,
okay.
I'm also holding the 8x10 photo of my parents.
Right.
Who never made it here in the United States because they were denied visa after several attempts, 7 times. And you'll see there that behind me is the flag of the U.S. Department of State Homeland Security, and of course the flag of the United States on the other side, and U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service there in Memphis, Tennessee. So it's a cool picture
Yes.
with a mini flag of the United States as well.
Okay. Now, tell me where you are in this picture right here.
Right. On that picture, I was there in Machu Picchu in Peru, in Cusco, Peru. It's really a far travel.
Okay.
It's one of the most interesting travels that I've done in my life, and I'm glad that someone let me borrow his flag of the United States. So it's a pretty cool picture, and I thought that that was a sign that something bigger that will happen eventually. So,
Oh,
so yeah.
oh, yeah.
So, and I'm glad that I was able to visit that country because I love Spanish language as well.
I was just about to ask you how many languages can you speak fluently?
Well, when it comes to fluency in language, of course, English and Filipino or Tagalog. However, with Spanish, I went to an online school, like an online class, and learned a lot about Spanish as well. However, due to lack of immersion, you kind of lose it. But I'm hoping that someday I'll be able to learn it again because I got to the point that I was in Costa Rica for for about 2 weeks, in Mexico and in Peru, Ecuador, and all of those Spanish-speaking countries, and I was doing really, really well.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Many of them even told me that I was good in pronunciation in those. And then my name Ernesto.
Oh, wow.
You know, in America it sounds Ernesto.
Yes.
In Spain, Ernesto. Yeah, Ernesto. And of course, speaking of Mexico, when during the year 2008, I was really not very knowledgeable about the papers or something. So when I was in San Diego, California, because I was invited to become a godfather for my goddaughter there, I walked to Tijuana, Mexico. So it's so easy to enter Mexico. And I had no green card yet. I was only on my working visa. And I was not using my head. I was even new in the country. But returning back, I was denied entry. They even threatened me that, hey, bring this guy to the airport, escort this guy to the airport, deport this to the Philippines. So I told them,
No
wait,
way.
you can't do that. So because I have patients waiting on me when I return back from my vacation, and plus, you know, I have a lot of things to do in the country, and I have paperwork taken care of too. I have a lawyer too. You know, my lawyer is also the same lawyer of my employer. So they gave me a chance.
Okay.
So they called many people, and I tried to make calls too using the internet or whatsoever. But the keyboards there are Spanish. In Tijuana, only very few people can speak English.
Oh, whoa.
And during that time, I was not really knowledgeable of Spanish as well. So that's one of the reasons why I got interested in learning Spanish, because in America, we will encounter a lot of Spanish-speaking people.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
That's correct.
And we're not far from the Spanish-speaking countries as well. They're our neighbors.
That's right.
Yeah. And of course, you know, speaking of neighbors, well, that got taken care of. They let me enter again through humanitarian. And then, but I had to spend the whole weekend there because that tragedy happened on the Friday. And I had to wait to the next Monday. And I had a
my goodness.
And I had an interview again with a consul to be granted entry back to the US. And that gave me a lot of gave me a lot of thoughts about I should never take for granted what I have. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then
let me ask you, can you read some of your comments?
Well, you know, I'm on StreamYard.
Let's acknowledge.
It's my first time.
Let's acknowledge some of your people.
Well, you know, I could only read from YouTube, but I'm not really reading from your page. But let me see that too.
Yes, from YouTube. That's the one I'm talking about. Your subscribers.
Oh, my page. Well,
and if you're out there,
yeah, she's well, Jovi's hairstyle said, you know, Matthew 6:33. She said that Bible verse, and then, you know, there's Ken Z Bay official, sending support, and there's also Teresa Escurecho. Yeah, there's several people over here, so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we want to ask, if you're just tuning in to Delta Sip with Angela Buckner here, we are interviewing my brother in Christ, Ernesto uh, Perez. You can see right here he has Ernesto Explores on YouTube and Facebook. So we want to ask that you go out and please subscribe to his channels. Ernesto was just at the Miss Universe pageant, right?
Right.
Talk a little bit about that. And then we're going to talk about the play by John Grisham that you went to.
Oh yeah, because speaking of Miss Universe, I remember when I was 16 or 17 years old in the Philippines, the Miss Universe was held in 1994 there in the city where I was living.
It was held where?
In Manila,
Okay.
Philippines. So, and I was living there too. So it's
Okay.
just really very near from us. But then when it comes to buying tickets, can't afford it. Can't afford it.
Wow.
I remember seeing
Right.
seeing on TV when I was there, the senators, the big people there in the audience of Miss Universe. I said, it's my dream. I said, and I did not get to experience it when I was very young. So when I was there, I said, forget about it. But then you know what? When sometimes you don't plan about things, but if God wants you to experience something, it will happen. Whether you're thinking about it or not. But then, so over here, I'm here already in the United States. Even though I have to fly to another state, that's okay because time management and many things that you could just manage, I could make it happen by your right planning. So I became a VIP of Miss Universe 2019, and I was able to have a picture and a video also of the Miss Universe 2019, Ms. Zozabini Tunzi. And so that's really a great experience and to be able to do that before the COVID. And
Yes.
then I was on stage too, right after the pageant, because the year after that, even you're the highest VIP, nobody was allowed to be on stage anymore.
Oh, wow.
So I was
Wow.
privileged to be able to experience the on-stage experience for about an hour.
I noticed that you had tons and tons of subscribers on YouTube following you. I was watching myself. I was like, man, this is something that is so awesome. Whoever would have thought Ernesto, the physical therapist, the guy from right here who calls Mississippi home, his home state, it was in Florida, correct?
Florida. No, the second Miss Universe was in
Yes.
Florida. The first one was in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. And so I was like, man, this is so awesome.
And when I was there
we
in
got
Florida,
a front row
yeah.
seat.
Right, yeah, because it's a VIP. And of course, it's really quick. Like after 10 minutes, it's gone. Nobody could get it. Yeah, so it's really a race to get that ticket. And plus, during the COVID in Florida,
Yes.
it's a lot harder because there's social distancing. Only one person or two
Yes.
people can be on one row. So there's a lot of tape. So that's why only 25% of the whole stadium could get or the whole auditorium are allowed to enter. So it's only 25%.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I saw it was a lot of hustle and bustle, like in between, like before the event started.
COVID,
people
too.
were rushing,
Yeah.
trying. Huh?
Yeah, the COVID test. And some people who became positive during the COVID test, they were not refunded of their tickets.
No.
Yes.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
No way.
And it's already on the fine print too. When you get your tickets, if you're COVID positive, upon
No refund.
no refund, and you're not allowed entry. So that's what happened there.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I know that was like a front row seat. And I'm like, I actually know this guy who's going live, right?
Right.
And so it was awesome to sit there and watch. And you were not there for just 20 minutes, live. You were there for a long while going live, And
Right.
so for those who couldn't tune in and stay tuned in, they could catch back up, every now and then and actually get a chance to see you standing there and speaking with some of the people and saw you with your mask on and all of that good stuff. And hey, you made it happen for Ernesto Explorers. And hey, everybody, if you're out there, Ernesto, he's gonna take you on an adventure every time he gets the opportunity. He's gonna take you and you're gonna explore with him. Um, John Grisham, talk a little bit about that play. I think that was like the most recent thing you did.
Yeah. Well, during the John Grisham play, A Time to Kill, which happened here in Greenville, Mississippi, presented by Delta Center Stage. And I really had no time, to be honest, and I was so busy. There's no way for me to attend it. But then, hello, this is Mississippi, a Mississippi play. So I canceled my plans and made it happen for me to attend the very last show on a Sunday. So I went there. Of course, I filmed the whole thing, and then I was able to interview all the cast as well. And of course, being the jury, they said not guilty. Yeah. And of course, John Grisham is very well known.
John Grisham is awesome, man. I Pelican Brief.
Right.
He has a lot of great books, and some became movies,
Right.
And it's like, I think Julia Roberts played in one of his movies. Man, he's just an awesome Mississippian.
And A Time to Kill was his first book.
No way.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So that even makes it much more interesting
special. Yeah.
and special. So that's why, and the actors really played really well. Yeah. And I'm glad that it's already on my YouTube channel, that people around the world could, of course, access it. Yeah.
And so they can, and for those who missed it, hey, go to Ernesto Explorers on YouTube. Check it out, man. I'm telling you. And you're going to find that he's been on American Idol. What are some other things you've done?
Because,
Okay, he's getting some more pictures, guys.
Yeah, like this one. This was, of course, me on Price is Right. And this was the pool table, the pool table that I won, of course. Yeah, and this was me on the American Idol and the Price is Right as well, when I won. Yeah, and of course, and that was Brian Stock.
Look at Drew, you and Drew Carey.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was, remember Brian Stock? That was him. There. Yeah, that's Brian Stock, the one you read this message earlier. Yeah, he won.
Brian Stock, the one who left comments.
Yeah, he won that car. Yeah, he won that car. And the $51,000, he won all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing about the
Talk a
Price
little
is
bit
Right.
about
Yeah.
how Drew Carey treated you when you got to California.
Well, being there on Price is Right and the audience, nobody could even be on stage unless if you're a winner of the one bid round. And of course, there are like 300 people over there, and nobody could just easily speak with him because there's a lot of people and they're very strict. So, but since I made it on stage, I had that opportunity to interact with him. He's really down to earth. Actually, I felt like he's my father. So yeah, and many other interactions happened between him and me, conversations, we talk about many things, and I thought that all of those will be on TV, but they cut like maybe 90% of it, and only just a small portion was aired on television. But we were there a long time with Drew Carey, and I wish that he autographed my shirt. Yeah, I was glad that I brought my Sharpie. Yeah, and I learned that from Brian also.
Yeah. I got that in the first interview that I got from you. The autograph that he did for you.
Yeah, so that's my advice to anyone who's wanting to attend any shows. Be ready always. Have your Sharpie ready, or anything, or a picture of that star that you want to have an autograph. So be ready. So especially with the Sharpie, right? Yeah.
So listen, where are you off to next? What's next for Ernesto? What can we expect from you next?
Well, by the way, before we proceed on that, when I was in the Philippines as well, in 2002, I said, wait a minute. I was watching TV and I saw I saw someone that I know, and I said on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, watching on TV, and I said, I know that person. So when I was
Uh-huh.
able to talk to the person, I said, hey, you know what? I'm proud of you. You won some money on the show, blah blah blah. And he told me, hey, if I did it, you could. So 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 he gave me some tips and how to become a contestant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Philippines. So I won there
Okay.
twice, and then more and more shows. Like I won on Wheel of Fortune, and I went on Weakest Link, and of course I went to the Price is Right Philippines as well, and many Game Kanaba and many other game shows that I did for a few years, and that really gave me confidence that here in America, you know what, I could do it too. So, and that's what happened, by the way, in the past that I was not able to mention earlier. Yeah. But to answer your question about the future, you know what? Well, I just go with the flow. But I have some plans actually. Well, when it comes to the next Miss Universe, I heard that it's going to be in Costa Rica. So it's really stressful to me. It's far, and of course, it's not even going to add another country to the list of countries I visited because I've been there. However, maybe it's also an advantage because I've been there, so I have already an experience in Costa Rica.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So so maybe.
So let me ask you, did you, when you went to Costa Rica, did you take them on a tour of the place and some of the food that people like to eat?
Well, in Costa Rica, I remember it was rainy, and there's this house because I got lost, and they said, "Hey, poor guy." They let me enter their house. It's a family, wonderful family. They cook for me the national food of Costa Rica called casado. It looks bad, but when you put it in your mouth, the opposite, perfectly great. Can't have enough. So I ate.
Wow.
Yeah. So casado. So I learned a lot, about what's their national food, and I was very thankful of them. And they even became my Facebook friends too. So
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. So it's a wonderful experience with that food of casado is the national food. From what they said now, yeah, of Costa Rica.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay.
And I was
So,
just learning on
you
how
said
to edit
so
too.
maybe.
Yeah. So I was not able to, upload those Costa Rica videos yet to my YouTube because during that time, I was not good in editing yet, and I was not really knowledgeable about YouTube either. Even though I'm a YouTuber since 2005, 2006 for 14 years now, but then I was in the process of learning during that time too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Man, you have almost 10,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get to your status, man. I'm like,
Right.
hey,
Hey,
maybe your friends
I'm
can
trying to
tell
become
some of their
100.
friends to subscribe to my channel.
Yeah. Hey guys, you know what?
What'd you say?
Yeah, here. Hey, if you want to be blessed, and if you really want to have a wonderful, significant difference in your life, this Christian woman, who's my sister here in Mississippi or the whole United States, please subscribe to her channel, the Mike Magazine. Mike Magazine.
The Mike Magazine.
The Mike Magazine.
Yeah.
You see here on the
MIC.
video too, the Mike Magazine. Yeah, please, let's help each other. And however, Angela, with YouTube now, they change a lot of algorithms and policies. Before, if you subscribe, you won't lose it. Now, if there's an inactivity from your subscribers, you will lose them.
Say it again. If you
Like me, if I don't keep losing subscribers, I might be now on my 12,000 mark.
Oh wow.
Yes, all my subscribers were not active for 6 months maybe, I think, and they're not playing your videos, they're not visiting your channel or whatsoever.
Right.
You lose them, and the count of your subscribers drop.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes, it's new.
It seems like, okay, if they went through and they said, okay, I am going to, because what some people do, they will create a YouTube channel just so they can, watch other YouTubers, and they may
Right.
not want to put videos out there. They just want to be actively watching us, right?
Right.
And so it seems like they will get credit just for logging in. Come on now. But hey,
And also, you lose. I lost
it's
subscribers
ever
too.
changing.
Yeah, many of my subscribers got terminated too.
What?
Yes, a lot of my
So
friends
that
lost their channels.
algorithm thing. Oh wow. That algorithm thing is something. You know, I just wish. See, you have almost 10,000 subscribers. I know you say you could have had up to 12,000.
And you know
but
what?
hold up, let me take a sip.
Yeah, and you know what? Let me sleep with you, New York. Yeah, yeah,
New York.
yeah. And you know, every time I upload a video or premiere a video, it's not all about how many people came to your to your premiere. It's what matters the most is what will happen after you uploaded it.
Yes,
Yes.
that's correct. That's
There are
correct.
people that are
And
like 100.
most of my views.
Yeah. I mean, there's a premiere, like it's full of people, 200 people watching you, but after that, nobody
Right.
watches it. So you're 200 forever.
Right.
I had an experience. I only
Yeah.
had one visitor or viewer from that premiere that was 30 minutes long. So only after the premiere, 2 views. But then, since it's a video that people want, so it's all about the user. It's all about the viewers. So every time I edit a
Right.
video, I think about not me. I think about the viewers, what they want. So I try to put myself to their shoes. If I'm watching this thing, if I'm watching this thing, will I like this? Will I skip this? Or will I get bored? So that's how I'm trying to edit nowadays, which is something new that I'm trying. Because I think
Yes.
I've been boring a lot of people already.
That content is important.
Right. Yeah, and Mr. PG Music, hi, hello, yes, sir. So, again,
Yes.
yeah, so now I'm trying not to lose subscribers. And actually, going live is also a good thing because when you're live, people come to you and say hi and hello, and that removes the inactivity from them. So, you know, so so yeah, going live also makes a lot of
So-
sense.
Well, you know, Ernesto, to be perfectly honest, most of my views come from Facebook, right?
Right.
YouTube is really, really hard to navigate. It's hard to grow. It's a lot that goes
Yeah.
into growing a YouTube channel. Now, I have there's a mini documentary that I did about J. Edgar Hoover. And I think that video has like 10,000 views. I think I did it about 2 months
seen it,
ago.
yeah. Congratulations.
And that's where I'm getting most of my activity from.
Well, congratulations.
People
because,
really like that. They really like that mini documentary. Thank you.
Wow. And you know, have you uploaded it to YouTube, that Hoover thing?
Yes,
But
that's
it
the
didn't
one that
click
I'm
over
talking
there?
about. They love it.
But in YouTube, did you put it there too?
Yes, it's there.
But it's not triggering the algorithm.
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting comments every day just about
Oh, good. Very
feedback
nice,
about
yeah.
the J. Edgar Hoover documentary that I did.
That's wonderful.
And so, like you say, it's about the viewers and the content that they want, right?
Right. And I think live is a lot of stimulation to them too. Live. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And they'll jump in, some of them, and they'll jump back out. But I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. I've had it for 11 years, right? And so
Oh, yes. Wow,
some of
long
my
time.
popular videos, some of my most popular videos, you have the wrestler there. You have Dietrich Haddon, who's a gospel singer. You have the J. Edgar Hoover and a couple of more. But for the most part, my views come through the Mike Magazine Facebook page. And hey, that was good for me. But then I realized, let me continue to stay active, even though like right now we're going live on YouTube and Facebook. I could easily say, no, I'm not going to go live on YouTube. because I know not too many people are gonna watch the replay. They watch it on Facebook. So I just keep uploading. I keep uploading, and I just stay active on my YouTube channel just as well as my Facebook page, and collaborating with you. We're gonna have to do this again, Ernesto.
Oh yeah, because there's just so much. Yeah, there's just so much, and
It is.
and I'm a person that who can endlessly tell stories too. And you see my shirt, Pilipinas.
Yes.
Yeah, Pilipinas is the Tagalog word for Philippines. Right, and with the sun and the flag. Yeah, yeah. This was given to me by my aunt who's in the Philippines as well. Right. And just like what
I think I met your aunt at Walmart. Is that the one?
Yeah, she's the one who gave this to me.
Oh,
Yeah, at Walmart.
yes, I met her.
Yeah. And I want to do a shout out to Zach Woodard, which was a good cast of the A Time to Kill, and of course the many other casts also, the stage director, the stage director, and of course the manager also, because and all the backstage people of A Time to Kill, they work hard.
So, hey, absolutely. And for it to be COVID and them still allowing you an opportunity to get those interviews, that was necessary, for your channel,
But hey,
for your viewers.
And just to, as modesty aside, here on YouTube, I have two siblings, Mike and Judith Las Vegas, and of course, Jovi's Hairstyle. Mike, Judith Las Vegas, we started from nothing. Now she's now on her 52,000 subscribers, and we're very close. Yeah, she hit.
Oh, wow,
she hit
that's
it.
awesome.
She nailed it. All her videos are
That's
20,000
awesome.
she even has 1 million views too of some videos. Millions.
Goodness gracious. I need to look her up.
Yeah, you need to.
What
you need
is
to
her channel
subscribe to her.
about?
Lingeries. Well, she's very sexy.
Lingerie?
Lingerie, yeah, lingerie.
Ah,
Try on.
okay.
So most of her fans
Yes.
are men.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. And she's very hot, a Filipino hot woman.
I bet she is. I bet she is. So that's good to know that you started with some people who you guys started on the same level playing field,
Right.
and you began to grow and you saw growth. And for her to have 1 million views on some of her things, and to know that you know her, that speaks volumes as well.
Well, her total views for her channel itself is 10 million views.
Oh, wow.
And me,
And
1
where is
million.
she located?
Yeah, and me 1 million, and 1.05 million for me, for my channel.
Oh,
her channel.
wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And
hey,
where is she from? Where does she live?
she's in Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
But you know
Man,
what?
yeah.
But you know what? I always prioritize of doing the right thing on YouTube, because what's the worth of having all these views or all of these subscribers if one day your channel is gone? So I
Right.
follow all
That's
the
true.
policies. I always read the policies of YouTube, trying to make my mind richer of its policies, because they keep on changing it, amending it.
It's ever changing. This community thing is something.
And you can be reported too.
I'm glad to be a part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be a part of the community, as as an entrepreneur and as a person in media. It helps me to get the word out, and it helps me to stay active as a journalist when I'm not, doing what I'm doing, especially door dashing.
And door dashing is like
yeah.
the food. Is it?
Yeah. You're gonna deliver
Food.
So that's something we got started with, and it's good to pass the time, and you're delivering food, and everything is safe. It's closed up. You don't have to worry about it. You just deliver it and come on back home.
And it's good for the people who can't, who are disabled, old people. who live alone through
Yes.
that they can have
Yes.
food.
That's right.
Maybe you have already,
I feel like I'm a servant. Like when I'm doing it, I feel like a servant. You know, like, man, we're doing somebody a great service, especially those who cannot get out,
Yeah.
and get it for themselves, especially, with COVID happening.
Yeah, and you know what?
And I don't know what this Delta variant is going to do.
Yeah, and you know what? You also
But I
asked
think
me,
it's going to ramp back up, and we're going to have to continue to serve the people.
And you also asked me what's next to me. Speaking of U.S. citizenship, there are a few things that are
Yes.
next to me. Hey, I'm looking forward to start filling out this application for a United States passport. For a blue passport, because my passport.
I know that application.
Yeah,
That's
this
a
passport
passport
is a U.S.
application, that's
passport.
right.
Yes, yes. And of course, I'm also trying to register
But
to
guess
vote.
what?
Yeah.
Have you heard that if you send off for your passport, you probably won't get it until November now?
So that's why I have to start soon.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then this opens an opportunity for me too, as a U.S. citizen, to petition my parents too. Yeah, which will take 6 months for them to come over if they're healthy enough, and if they still want to, because traveling 30 hours from the Philippines is no joke. Yeah,
It's not.
Yeah.
That's serious.
and of course, I'm looking forward to experience voting in federal election, and also jury duty,
Yes.
and to participate in jury duty.
So will you be able to participate in upcoming elections now?
Yeah, yes.
Or how does that work?
Yeah, I don't know when that would be, but I'm eligible now as a U.S. citizen because I have this certificate.
Woo, woo. Hold it up in the camera. Hold on just a
Yeah,
second.
this is the certificate.
Who is that on that picture, Ernesto?
Yeah,
hold
that's
hold
me.
up, Ernesto. That is not you.
Yeah, that's me when 7 years, like 2007, when the process started.
You kind of look like Bruno Mars.
Yeah. But I have to start the U.S. passport because you said it's slow.
Yes,
Yeah.
they made that announcement yesterday,
Wow.
saying that it will be back up. You have to wait until November. But I know some people who have gone to the place
Yeah.
to expedite it. It's
Right.
But I don't know about with it being COVID or whatever. But
And also
yeah.
nice to know.
So
that
man, listen.
I have an option too to become a dual citizen, because becoming a U.S. citizen, I had to abjure my Filipino citizenship, but I could regain it back through
Now, I
dual
wanted to
citizenship.
ask you about dual citizenship,
Yes.
but I didn't know if that was going to be appropriate right now, because I know that you still, going through some things, and I didn't know if that would be appropriate, but I think we talked about it behind the scenes.
But hey, you know what? I was surprised while I was there in the US CITIS. The officers told us, educated us, that dual citizenship doesn't exist in America. You're only dual in the Philippines, but here, you're only American and nothing else. They don't honor it.
Yes, that's why I said, okay, right. So you would have to be a dual citizen of another country.
Yeah, but not here. Here, you're only
In
American
that country,
only.
not here.
Yeah, here, only American only. Yeah.
American.
Yeah, American. And just to kind of give
So
you a little
now-
bit of to give you a little bit of a weird information. Actually, I had the flight to Mount Rushmore the same day of my ceremony. But then a lot of things happened. I had to cancel.
So
it.
how did you?
I was planning to celebrate my U.S. citizenship in Mount Rushmore, but I canceled it because a lot of media, interviews, newspaper, and all that. So I was not able to. I won't be able to attend to them if I go to a trip. So I had to cancel all that, the hotels and everything. Got all my refunds too. The good things. So that's why I was able to take care of the media, the interviews and everything. So I'm glad that I was able to do
because that was a big deal.
Yes.
You didn't just go to Mount Rushmore and rush off to Mount. That's a big deal.
Right. So that's just something that I have to do another time, because you know, speaking to the media is really important too for me, because that's my
Yes.
only opportunity for me to really share my story.
And let me ask you before we go,
Sure.
because I know you mentioned that you wanted this to inspire, encourage someone,
Yes.
not to give up, and
Yes.
to make sure that they put the Lord first and things of that magnitude, and He'll add unto you everything that you need along the way. Before we go, tell everybody how they can get to you, how they can reach you, and some words of encouragement.
Yeah. Well, first you could reach me on Ernesto Explores on YouTube. Also, Ernesto Explores on my Facebook page, same name, Ernesto Explores. I also have my own personal Facebook of Ernesto Paras Jr. as well. And words of encouragement. I was not able to mention this earlier, but I was a part of 700 Club Asia. So in 700 Club Asia, my story was featured on 700 Club because of me being a firm believer. So now, as an inspiration to many, first, of course, seek first the kingdom of God, and I believe in tithing as well. So because Malachi 3:10 said, "Test me," and I was tithing and tithing in the Philippines every 10% or even more than 10%, and I was really testing Him, and He gave me poured all the blessings to me. So, and that's really true. And I'm living that life because I sought His kingdom first. And of course, and an encouragement to my colleagues, physical therapists, let's continue loving our job, because we have to really love our job,
Absolutely.
because our patients are vulnerable. We're the only
Absolutely.
way to give the care, and we can make a big difference to them as physical therapists. And not only that, as a person with the heart, as a friend with personal touch. And of course, I'm also active in social media like YouTube, because hey, you know what, COVID and all that stuff, social media is really important too. So that I could share also, what I do during my free time. I'm not sure yet, but maybe one day I might have my physical therapy channel, but I'm not promising yet because, hey, I'm very busy. But maybe once a week upload is a possibility about physical therapy, right? Another channel that I
That
can
would
open.
be awesome.
Yeah. So that's my word of encouragement. Hey, the Bible is really important. The dirtier it is, the more overused it is, the better. We really have to read our Bible. I know I fall short on that. It's been a while I haven't been reading the Bible, but I've read it a lot cover to cover when I was in the Philippines. And it's just the wisdom. It just gives you a lot of wisdom, because that's our manual in life on what to do.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
hey, we don't want to be lovers of the world. We want to be heavenly in thinking, because one day
Absolutely.
it's over, and one day
Absolutely.
its time is up. So I think the best word of encouragement I could give to the people is to make sure you're saved. Accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. And this is not accident that this is happening to me. God is using me to use my mouth, and Miss Angela Buckner, my sister, to become, an inspiration to you all, that, hey, you know what? Let's give up our own pride, and we have to really go for Jesus, because He's the only
Absolutely.
way, the truth, and the life that will set you free.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ernesto, for those words of encouragement. And I have to agree with you that that's the most important thing, because the only thing that's going to last is what we do for Christ. That's the most important thing, And on that note, we're going to say thank you so much for tuning in to Delta Sip with your girl, Angela Buckner, the voice behind the mic.
And don't forget to subscribe again to the Mike Magazine.
Thank you so much for the shout out. And Ernesto, we must collaborate again. Thank you so much.
There's just so much to talk
about. Telling your subscribers to subscribe to my channel, and my subscribers subscribe to your channel.
Yeah.
And hey, before you know it, hopefully we can get this thing going and have it to where we might be able to do a little Bible study one night. Who knows?
Maybe, and then maybe next time, you're already moving on my video on my YouTube too, because right now it's just your picture. So there's something to look forward
Okay,
to.
yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, so we're growing. We're growing. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Have a great evening and
guys.
peace out.
Thank you guys, and bye-bye.
So now we're backstage.
How about my YouTube? Do I have to do something
Man,
with
that
it?
was awesome.
Let me see. We're still live on my YouTube.
Oh, okay. You can turn it off.